Joining me on the show would be Sudeep Bandyopadhyay, MD and CEO of Destimony Securities, who joins us right here in our studios. But before I come to Sudeep, just quickly take you through the market highlights. Strong session, 41 points up for the Nifty. The Sensex did even better, slightly better than the Nifty. And while it did not percolate to the mid caps and the small caps in exactly the same way as far as the percentage gains go for the index, lots of individual stocks did very well for themselves. So you'll see mid caps and small caps are up less than 0.5% compared to the Sensex and the Nifty, but strong show. Global cyclicals, metals, some auto names did very well. So Tata Motors, both the principal and the DVR naturally so. You look at what some of the metal names like SAIL or a Tata Steel, for that matter, even a JSPL did in today's trade. So strong show given by some of these metal names as well. Good going all round. Pharma, well, that remains a strange basket, because even when the market is doing very well, some of these stocks tend to do extremely well for themselves. So mid-cap pharma, small-cap pharma, likes of a Panacea Biotech, for example, did very well despite the fact that the index as a whole went down. So individual names had a fairly decent session. Last but not the least is mid-cap IT. Never mind what happens to some of the individual names. Largely as a basket, these stocks tend to do well. So Hexaware, Tech Mahindra, NIT Technologies, Mindtree, some splendid gains that came in. Polaris Financial, another one, which had some really strong moves in today's session on good volumes as well. So all in all, the market had a good session. Let's get in our experts to talk about what happens next. And joining me to talk about that, as I said, is Sudeep Bandyopadhyay. Sudeep, good having you. Thanks so much for taking the time out and joining us on the show today. What's the sense, Sudeep? There is an action that was taken by Europe today, that came in from the European quarters today. There's big activity expected from the US Fed tomorrow as well. What's your sense of how do global markets and we, coupled with them, chart our way from here on?
Look, I think the German Constitutional Court action has been excellent. I think the European markets and global markets have been waiting for this clarity. Though the ECB came out with the statement and willingness to support the European bonds, and they didn't put a limit, which was excellent. But the German Constitutional Court verdict was pending, and that was a kind of a sword hanging. And everybody, including the German Chancellor, was waiting for this. This decision of the German Constitutional Court very clearly, ensures that the the European bond buying program will grow without any hindrance for considerable amount of time, and that's very, very reassuring. I would tend to think that this is probably the first right step in the European economies to solve the problem which the Europe is facing for quite some time, and this will go a long way in helping the European economy start recovering. Of course, as you alluded to just now, all eyes will now be on US Fed action, and there is already the considerable amount of opinion which is indicating that apart from QE3, Fed will also extend the kind of benign interest rate regime from 2014 up to 2015. So I think that's a very, very interesting thing to happen for the global markets. And of course, we will be one of the beneficiaries of this liquidity sloshing all around us. It's extremely good for Indian markets, and for some